Welcome everyone to 10th December 2020's Market Profits Show with Ashok. And today we are headed on a bit of negative trajectory as SGX Nifty is denoting. SGX Nifty is showing minus 67 points down move. That's a negative. And yesterday, the first level I had predicted, according to technical analysis, 13,510 is already achieved. We closed above that, that is 13,529 levels. That's the highest ever closing for Indian markets. The level what I had predicted is already achieved. From the levels of 12,963, I had predicted that the level of 13,510 would be reached, and that is where the market actually stood and took the profit and is currently on a bit of negative trajectory as of today. As I had already told you yesterday, after reaching the level of 13,510, there may be a bit of tumbling in the market. So is SGX Nifty defining that there may be a negative sentiment in today's session, that is 67.9 points down in SGX Nifty. Probably that may take a toll on Indian markets as well. The level of 13,510, which I had predicted to be achieved in the sessions to come, has been achieved. And here it is. We almost made about 600 points profit in one trade by just doing with the technical analysis. See how much technical analysis can help you make profits with the prediction I made on about 1 week to 2 weeks ago. We made almost about 600 points profits in Nifty. So today SGX Nifty is denoting that we are going to be a bit negative in the market. 72 points down move is what SGX Nifty is showing. 13,504 is the place where it is currently standing at. So SGX may influence Indian markets in today's session. So having said that, we had been in the highest ever overbought zone at these point of levels. Look at this, the levels of 97.58 on fast stochastic and slow stochastic was denoting a bit more and positive, that is the overbought zone, that is 96.61% levels. So higher the percentage of fast stochastic and slow stochastic, higher we are in a overbought zone. So we have to come down a bit in order to go upwards. We may not come down hugely. That's because the market's momentum is greatly on the upper side. We may probably see about probably 100 points or 150 points tumbling from these levels. Somewhere around the levels of 13,350 levels is where we may see 13,358 levels is where we may see that market stopping, and it may take support around those levels and go more upwards in the session. Okay, so having said that, let's see where SGX Nifty is showing 72 points down move, and let us see where the Indian markets are currently stopping at. Now we had a great up move in the pre-open. However, the pre-open is again denoting a bit of negativity in the market to come. Let's see where the SGX, the Indian Nifty, CNX Nifty's stock stops. In the pre-open session, we are seeing a bit of negativity, that is minus 2 points down. So we are seeing that we may see a bit of negative tumbling towards the bottom side is what the SGX Nifty is denoting. Let us see the Indian markets. Okay, so now we down 8 points in the pre-open. However, we are still 3 points away from the pre-open to close. So we not 3 points, sorry, 3 seconds, 3 minutes away. So now it is 2 minutes away that we are from the pre-opens closing. Somewhere around 9:07 to 9:08 is where the Indian markets pre-open session will close. Let's see where Indian market is currently. Minus 14 points down. We may still go more downer. Around 30 to 40 points down is where we may see the Indian market settling. So it may settle around 30 to 40 points downer in the session, or probably it may settle around these levels of 13,500 itself. And because that is a huge support for the market as of now, probably 20 to 30 points down is where Indian markets may close in the pre-open, is what I am predicting. SGX Nifty, however, is showing a very negative move, that is 72 points down move. So Indian markets will be influenced by that. That is the reason we are showing a negative in the pre-open as of now. So SGX Nifty 72 points down move. How much can it influence Indian markets? We have to see. We are currently going negative to negative in every bit of candle. Whatever we are seeing in the pre-open, in the beginning we saw a huge decline, and afterwards we are continuously seeing the declines. Okay, so now we have broken the 13,500 mark and down 36 points in the pre-open. Now is where the Indian markets will settle. It would settle around the levels of 13,460 to 13,480 levels is what I predict in the pre-open session according to SGX Nifty. Usually Indian markets will be 20 to 30 points below the levels of whatever the Indian markets currently are at. So if 13,504 is the level of SGX Nifty, then Indian markets will be around the levels of 13,484 to 13,474 levels. That's where Indian markets will be positioned around those levels. Okay, so now 9-7. Now I suppose the Indian markets have stopped in the pre-open session. The pre-open session has ended probably. No, we are seeing a bit of probable. No, the market have settled. The pre-open session has settled in today's session. Good morning, Mr. Selvaraj. Okay, so 40 points down move in the pre-open is what we were predicting, and this is where our contra day trading comes into picture. If there is a big negative or big positive, that's where our contra trading comes into picture. Okay, so having said that, let's see the supports and resistances for Nifty. Though the market comes hugely down, 13,170 is a very strong support for the market. So we will not be seeing a more tumbling of almost about 500 points in 2 or 3 sessions. 13,170 will hold on for quite some time, because that's a very huge support. Indian markets have always held on to the 10-day moving average, and now also it will hold on because it is a support again and again and again. So it is such a huge support that market is not able to go below those particular levels. So that's the reason it's trying to go down. However, this 10-day moving average itself is like cusping the whole market and just pushing it upwards. So it just holds it. It's just like an atom bomb. One throws it by pulling the whatever it is at the top, probably the cap, you can say. Once they pull it and throw it, it will take around 10 seconds for it to blast. So this particular level of EMA 10 can be like the timer. It holds it, and afterwards it throws it back, so that the person who has thrown the atom bomb will only see the explosion. So it throws it upwards. So that's how the EMA is. So it holds it and it pushes the market upwards. See how many times you have seen that the market has held on to the 10-day moving average multiple times. So that's the reason I'm saying the 10-day moving average will be a huge support for the market. Let's see the supports and resistances. So the highest ever level Indian markets has seen is the level of 13,500 and uh, sorry 13,500 and okay, where is it, 520, no, 13,548 levels is the highest Indian markets have seen. So 13,548 will be a resistance. 13,529, where the Indian markets closed, also will be a resistance for Indian markets as of now, since it has come down below the levels of 13,500 and the levels of so now it has settled around 13,488. It is quite possible that Indian markets may see more of a downturn in today's session, or after it goes to 13,458 levels, probably it may take the support. 13,458 guys is a huge support for the market as of now, and the level of okay, the and one more support comes up at the level of 13,392. That was a doji. So it determined that the market is going on an upward trajectory as of now. The next candle, next two candles determine if the market is going upwards or going downwards. If it goes upwards and closes downwards in one session, so it means that this doji is currently still ambiguous about the up move in the market. Okay, the level of doji still holds. That is the ambiguity in the market, because this is the highest ever level Indian markets have seen. I had told you previously, around the level of 13,510 Indian markets will see the tumbling and it will fall a bit. Profit booking is not ruled out, so it is happening in today's session. Today's session seems to be a bit of vary towards the negative side. That is the 40 points down move in the pre-open session. SGX Nifty, whenever there is a possibility that Indian markets show up good you know move upwards, there are more profit booking people who will be making the profits, who will be taking the profits home as of now, right? So that's the place where we will see some profit booking around the levels of 13,510, because that's the level of a technical analysis I had predicted the market from. So as of now, there is nothing saying we have a good level of negativity in the pre-open itself. Let us see where SGX Nifty is showing. SGX Nifty is currently still around 13,505, 71 points down move. So as soon as we see the markets open, it will show negatives towards the level of 13,474 levels. So we will usually be around 20 to 30 points down below the SGX Nifty level. So till 13,474 will come down probably, or we may come down to 13,450 itself. The negativity of Indian markets may drag the SGX Nifty more downer. It is quite possible, because that's what is happening. SGX Nifty starts the negative move or the positive move. Indian markets leads in the positive move or the negative move and influences SGX Nifty as well. That's what is currently happening in the sessions as of now. So it's just about 10 or 15 seconds above that we will be seeing the markets opening. Let us see where the markets open. So it is 55, 56, 57. We saw the market open. Great. Okay. So 13,458, guys. 13,458, as I had told you, is a huge support for the market. Let us see where Indian Nifty will take support. 13,458, as I had already told you, will be a huge support for the market. As of now, it will hold on to it. If it's 13,458 cannot be held, then the levels below those will be triggered. The 13,458 and the level below that will be 13,372 levels. So if 13,458 cannot be held, 13,372 to 13,400 is not problem for the market to go down to. As I had already told you, it came down to 13,458 levels and took support now around the levels of 13,474 levels, where I had told you that market may drag down to. See, usually SGX Nifty is what Indian markets follow. SGX Nifty is currently showing 71 points up move, sorry, 71 points down move, and negative of 71 points. Yeah, it is still around those levels. So Indian markets are seeing a bit of a profit booking in today's session. However, it is not quite dragging yet. Yet we can say it's still not dragging towards the lower side. It is quite around the particular level of 13,472 levels, and we have some questions from Mr. Rupesh. Which is the website you are using here, which is showing the SGX Nifty value, sgxnifty.org. That's the SGX Nifty values, and which is the charting software IAFL. Yes, it's not IAFL, it is 5paisa.com. However, it is from IAFL itself. They take the software from IAFL, that is trading station, and afterwards make it their own. Okay. So trading terminal is a software from IAFL. So charting software is from 5paisa.com. So as of now, Indian markets is showing a bit of positive from the level of 13,458, which is the support as of now. The support of 13,458 had been a big support, as I had already told you before in the pre-open session, when we had determined the supports. We had told that 13,458 will remain a good support, and as of now 13,458 is held. Yet it is not probably possible that Indian markets will stand the big negatives. This is December, guys. It's quite possible that we may see a big profit booking session in today's session itself, and we may see more tumbling towards the level of 13,372 to 13,350 levels. So it is quite possible. Okay, it is not ruled out. So 13,470 is the place where we have actually currently stationed ourselves. Yesterday, see, after I had told you, there is a rectangular formation. Once it broke on the higher side, it broke the level of 13,500 and went up to the 13,548 levels. However, it could not sustain the 13,550 levels. As I had already told you, the chili powder can show you the odor from a bit of distance itself. You don't have to put it inside your nose itself, or bring it very near to your nose in order to what is it called, sungna in Hindi. So you don't have to go very near to that in order to get the smell of it. That's the way resistance plays out the role. So as support and resistance are always zones. It can play out the supports or resistances from a bit of distance itself. Resistance 550 is where I had told you 500 to 550, 13,500 to 13,550 was the level of resistance I had mentioned. Now 13,458 was the resistance I had mentioned. 13,458 was achieved. Sorry, 13,458 was hit in today's session. Let's see where it actually went up to. 13,400. Oh, the flickering started due to my trading software. I mean, the live streaming software, this gives a bit of flickering. So sorry for that. So it went up to what is the level? 13,400. Okay, I can say 13,458.7. Sorry, 55.7 is the lowest Indian markets has gone to in today's session. 13,458 played a good support zone, so it gave good support at that particular level, and now the market is moving on a higher trajectory, that is 13,481. Probably it is just like yesterday. If we could move towards 13,500 and hold on to 13,500, 13,529 to 13,548 is not a bit of tumble at all. Indian markets can very easily achieve those particular levels of 13,500 to 13,528 to 13,548 levels. It can very easily beat it because the momentum is still positive. It is quite possible. Yesterday, I had told you, according to Fibonacci expansions, 13,510 is the first place where Indian markets will see some profit booking. So it is happening in today's session. 13,510 happened to be a bit of resistance. Now it is 50 points down from those particular levels. However, Indian markets is trying to cope up to those particular levels of 13,550 levels again, and it is probably achievable in today's session or probably in tomorrow's session. If today's session happened to be about 100 points lower or something around till the level of 13,400 levels or 13,372 levels, then probably there may be 100 to 150 points up move in tomorrow's session. So 13,500 may be achieved in tomorrow's session. Today it may be a bit of helter skelter right over here because today is weekly options expiry. So a big move on the upside or big move on the downside is not ruled out. Okay, because usually on the day of expiry, the Indian markets happen to be going haywire, up or down. So on these days, I tend to be making a bit of hedging on such days. So since I know that there will be a bit of negative move or a bit of positive move, however, whichever direction it goes far. So that's the technical analysis for today, guys. SGX Nifty is particularly showing a bit of negativity, probably now around the levels of 70 to 60. See, 60 points down is what SGX Nifty is showing. That's one of the reason Indian markets are currently moving on a higher trajectory as well. Okay, so the highs was a bit of myth. Now we are again going low, 13,473. Probably today also we are seeing a bit of negativity in this session. Let's draw a rectangle and find out how the market is. Okay, so rectangle, we are currently again in a particular consolidation zone till 9:30 to 9:40. We see this consolidation happening. After 9:40 we may rise upwards or downwards. On the lower side, uh, if it gets degraded or downgraded to the lower side, then the Indian market may reach the levels of 13,458 to 13,100 levels to 13,372 levels. Those are the levels of supports Indian markets will see, and if the Indian markets gets upgraded above the level of 13,488 to 13,500, 13,548 to 13,600 levels is where the Indian markets will see some more ups in the session. Probably we may see the level of 13,550 or 13,400 levels in today's session itself. Today is a bit of market expiry, and the Indian markets tend to go a bit on a negative part or the positive part big way, usually on the days of expiry. And there is a possibility that the market may go helter skelter, it may go up and it may go down within a few minutes or few seconds as well. So keep a very close tab on buying and selling on such days when there is an expiry in the market. Okay, so now we are okay. So we tried to move on the upper side. However, the ups have been compromised. It made all the way upwards towards the level of 13,480 levels. However, it could not withstand the level of resistance at the level of the highs of the day, and that opening high probably was the particular level of resistance for today. That's 13,488 levels is where the resistance for Indian Nifty is currently at. That's the first level of resistance, and the next level of resistance is 13,500. The next level of resistance is 13,529 to 13,548 levels is the level of resistances Indian markets will face, not the psychological resistances. These are the proven resistances where Indian markets may hold up to as resistances. Supports being 13,408, 13,400, and 13,372 are the levels of supports we may see in the Indian markets as of today. So if there is any questions as such, I will take it up, else I will end it at 9:30. Any technical analysis questions, guys? So how was your trading day yesterday? Did anyone trade in yesterday's session? Did you happen to trade? Did you make any profits in yesterday's session? How was your trading day yesterday? Yesterday I had a very good day for trading. After 13,500 was scaled, then it kind of came down after about 2 or 3 sessions break. After 13,500, we had a very good run towards 13,350. So we had determined that 13,342 will be a level of resistance for the market according to Fibonacci retracement for the particular day. So accordingly, 13,448, sorry, 548 turned out to be a resistance and came down all the way from that particular level. Towards the closing, we had a bit of move on the downer side, and afterwards we saw a profit booking. That's the levels where I booked the profits around 13,540 levels. Usually we'll not wait exactly to the level of the trade profits. That's where we have determined 13,542 was the level where we had determined that there may be a bit of resistance. I had already told you resistance will play out the role even from a bit of away, uh, where the market has not yet reached that particular level yet. Okay, so it can show its resistance from a bit of distance as well. So it is quite possible that we may resistance around those levels without even touching those particular levels. So that's the reason we will always look at the profits about 2 points or 3 points before itself without even reaching those particular levels. You will never get that particular level of profit again if the market starts to go down. Okay, that's the reason we book out. Okay, now we are on the negative trajectory. 13,457 is the place where we are currently. We are breaking the triangle, the rectangle, where we had determined that the market will actually see a tumbling around those particular levels and go upwards. The support of 13,458 is broken. 13,450 is trying to be broken as well. If 13,550 cannot be held, the levels of 13,470, the 13,458 to 58 is already broken. So 13,400 levels to 13,372 will not be a big target for Indian markets to be achieved. See, as we speaking itself, the negativity has been thrown in the market. 82 points down is where we are currently at. It's trying to hold on to 13,450 levels. If 13,450 can be held, then the 13,500 mark also is not a huge target for Indian Nifty to scale up to in today's session. If 13,450 cannot be held, then 13,400 to 13,372 not be ruled out in today's session itself. So that being said, we don't have any technical questions for today. So that is the end of today's market profit show with Ashok. And if you have any questions as such, please do email me. I have given my email address multiple times. So that being said, this is Ashok Ma signing off. Together, we will take Corona on ourselves. Together, staying back home, you will be able to stop Corona. That being said, this is Ashok Kumar signing off. Happy trading and happy money making. Take care, guys. Bye from Ashok on 10th December